Hey, everyone, welcome to the Rooster Teeth Podcast, World Cup Edition.
Oh, yeah.
2014.
You can see by the football theme.
We should have gone to Brazil. We should have. Let's go to Brazil for next week.
Let's do that.
Let's be doing it remotely.
Did you bring your Vuvuzela from South Africa?
They banned those.
Vuvuzela.
They are banned in
What
Brazil.
year was that? Was that 4 years ago or 2 years ago?
Yeah,
that was the last World
That
Cup.
was a pain in the anus, that was.
I liked it.
It was. How was it a pain in the ass for you?
You could hear, it's all you could hear when you're watching the game.
It added,
I could see saying it's annoying. I can't.
it added a
understand
nice
saying-
atmosphere to it. Like,
What is a pain in the ass?
it's like a
mean to you?
brand.
Like you have to go out of your way to deal with something.
That's a really specific definition of pain in the ass.
Depends how often you deal with your ass pain.
Frequently, all the time. Did you hear that story here in Austin last week? That Chinese food market, this Chinese supermarket up in North Austin, got fined by the health department because they were selling pizzle for human consumption.
What is pizzle?
Yeah, what?
Cow dick.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Don't eat that pizzle.
It was denoted. It was designated not for human consumption. It was to be used as like a dog toys. And the supermarket took it out of its packaging, then repackaged it and sold it to people as human grade meat.
Pizzle? So what's your problem with that?
It was not.
This is a really gross
Look,
picture.
I ain't got a problem with if you want to eat some cow dick, but if
Make
it's
sure
not fit for human consumption.
Right, it's labeled specifically not fit for
Yeah.
human
What
consumption.
is the story there really that it's cow dick? Like when you hear that people are eating cow dick, does that bother you on like
It
a
bothers me, but
anatomical level?
yeah, but
Doesn't
there
bother me
is
at all.
I find
fit
it
for human
weird that-
consumption cow dick versus not fit for human consumption cow dick.
For
You
shizzle.
gotta be aware of the cow dick that's going in
Who
your
needs
mouth.
that level of judgment in your life? It's like you're dead and your dick isn't even fit for human consumption. I mean, really, what's the distinction?
It's the same thing. I mean, what's the difference? It's the difference between Alpo and a fucking steak.
We keep saying cow dick, but that's like an oxymoron, isn't it? It should be bull
Yeah.
dick.
Bull dick.
By the way,
I didn't even think of that.
that was an impressive shot right there. That was that guy was a shower, not a grower. So I'm impressed by that.
What's
But I
Alpo?
think they only it's
Alpo's dog food.
And I think they only got fined like $5,000.
We did that in college to fuck with a buddy of mine where he would watch Jeopardy every day, and he had a fucking. Did I tell this story already? But
I don't think
he had a
so.
Jeopardy calculator. It was like a whole thing. Seriously, he had it was a handheld device, and it would look like a Jeopardy calculator, so we could play along at home and keep score for himself, like answering the questions.
Why can't you just write down the question?
He was into it. He was totally into it. And one day he had to go home and he had to stay for an extra day. Couldn't be there on Monday. So this is back in the days of VHS. So we would all gather in his room to watch Jeopardy. We recorded Jeopardy and we all watched it like 2 or 3 times. Then he came in and we played the previous day's episode of Jeopardy.
And he thought it was live.
And he thought it was he'd answer questions and we're like, who's Charles Manson? What is the Battle of Hastings? And it's like, what the fuck? So he was very confused by everybody in the room and knowing every answer to every single question.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was a good prank.
Yeah, I can't imagine. So I'm still baffled by the Jeopardy calculator. Was it just so he could keep track of his score more easily, or was it like a play-at-home game that communicated with Jeopardy?
It was literally didn't communicate with Jeopardy. It was just sitting on there, and he would answer a question. He'd enter the dollar amount, and he had a daily double for handling that part of it, and it would just keep track of his score.
It's like a play-along thing.
Yeah, it was just like so he could answer
How
all the
old
questions.
was this guy?
Yeah.
He was college. He was in engineering.
Get
Wow.
a life.
Well.
Yeah.
All right.
Why
that's
do you-
interesting.
I'm gonna look it up, see if it
I-
exists still.
Speaking of socially awkward, weird things,
Hey,
You mean you?
don't make fun of him.
I feel like we need to teach people who work here that adding water to an empty soap container does not make soap.
Does that equal more soap?
Yeah, it does.
No, it does not.
It totally does.
It does not.
It just stretches it out a little bit more.
It does not. Have you encountered this yet?
You complain too much.
We'll run out of soap in the bathroom. Oh, you don't wash your hands after the bathroom. I forgot.
Oh, yeah.
And you go to like pump soap on your hands, and it's just like it just shoots water out.
Yeah.
You're like
That's
this.
gross.
This isn't soap. This is just dirty water.
Water becomes really gross when it's not yours.
Is it ever yours?
Like when everyone did shots of vodka and it was water. That is so gross to me.
Yeah, it's just like
Ugh.
tepid water that's been
I
sitting
didn't
out.
put the water there.
There's
and
no
it's
the Jeopardy
That's
Challenger.
exactly it. It looks like I went to college in 1974 though because of that picture. But that's exactly what it was.
Get an iPhone app, you prick.
Yeah, you prick. Go to the future. Get an iPhone.
So
put an app on it.
It's called
and
the
come back.
Jeopardy Challenger, and it looks like a calculator, but it's just its entire purpose
Well, where
was so
do you
you to
put
keep
in-
track of your
Yeah,
Jeopardy
I
score
don't-
for the
How do
day.
you write your answer?
It just
You don't write
it's on
the
the
answer.
honor system. If you got it right,
How do you write the answer? So you can't even wrap your mind around how lame this thing is. It's just like he go like, what is
It's
the
a
Battle of
calculator.
Hastings? And they got it right.
Calculator.
It's a calculator with just preset number amounts.
And it could
You fill in the blanks
The
as
number.
you go.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. That's the full
Oh, what do
thing.
you got
So-
a little music note?
And the little number pad. Yeah,
Does
we
that
play
play
the
the
Jeopardy.
theme?
We play the Jeopardy theme.
Nice.
oh my god, really?
While
Yeah,
you're
wait.
filling out your
Well,
final
what the fuck?
Jeopardy.
It's got to come with some use.
Wait, how,
I thought you were joking when you said it played the Jeopardy theme.
What else would it do?
well, how does the Jeopardy theme go?
Da 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 da. That's it. That is the Jeopardy theme. I fucking heard it every day in college.
my
As
new
a
ringtone.
fucking Whitlock watching it. He had an armchair too. He'd sit there and watch it the whole time. He was dude was fucking locked in. He was locked in. He loved his
He has
Jeopardy.
no time for your shit. So did you see this little 3D printed Gus thing?
Oh, is that what that is?
Oh, it's 3D
I can't see
printed?
because it's on the other
Let's
side
get a
of church.
close up.
I don't know if they're set up for a close up, but
Oh, all right, never mind.
Oh, look at that. They got a
when
shot
I
of
was
it.
in, it looks photoshopped. It looks so weird to me.
You look like you don't know what to do with your hands.
When I
even
was-
in statue
I didn't know
form.
what
just
to
like
do.
Gus.
When I was at the South by Southwest Gaming Show, we had our booth there. I saw there was a booth that would take photos of you and make a 3D model out of you, and then print it, and then give it or sell it to you. So we've been talking with them, and they're coming to RTX. So they sent me this.
Church, man.
It's so
This model.
amazingly accurate. Like it's got your posture,
the-
it's got your slouch.
The crazy thing is, I've never seen my pooch from a third person perspective.
This is it.
This makes me want to lose weight. Like looking at it, it's like I always look at my belly from the top down relative to my belly, and seeing it from that third person perspective. Yeah, there it is. It really makes me feel like I could lose 10 pounds there.
Would you be offended if I put your head into my anus?
Yes, I would. So they're going to be at RTX.
That's awesome.
If you go to there, we'll have a link in the link dump if you want to check it out. And if you go to captureddimensions.com, you can see they have a link with all the information, some pictures and stuff.
How much does that cost?
I don't know.
I really want to get one.
They sent it to
Can
us
you
for-
do any pose you want?
Yeah, you can do whatever you want. Oh,
What would
is
you
that
do, Gavin?
Bernie's giving it for a close. It might
Nobody's-
not focus because it's on manual focus, Bernie.
There's also
Yeah,
there's no light over there. either.
and there's also no light. Put it on the table. Yeah, put it on the table. He'll get it.
No, it's fine. I was gonna do ad reads.
Yeah, they sent it to us just so we could show people like what it is, because it's weird to wrap your mind around. Like if you take a picture of it, like even here when you look at the picture, it looks like it's photoshopped in. Or
Yeah.
thank you went with that one and not the wide. I appreciate the close up on
The,
my
the
on
face
my
is
gut.
so accurate as well. Like your nose protrudes the exact amount your actual.
Yeah, there's even,
Yeah,
like, there's even
it's this face too. They captured this.
Yeah.
there's even texture in the
That's Gus'
hair
face.
and everything. It's so weird.
They just
It's like he's staring. I can't handle this.
Stick with it for a while.
It looks like the kind of thing you'd expect to have like a hologram on your iPad. You're talking. It's like the next
Like if you
iteration
look
of
at it, if you
FaceTime.
stare at his, look at him in the eye for too long.
Gross.
It's like he's
So
staring.
yeah,
into
some
your
people
soul.
asking about that on
It's really
Twitter. That's
cool.
what that is.
It's even got your elbow detail.
Nice
How do they do
weenus.
that? Like what is it? Pictures?
Yeah,
Or
you
is
go in and you stand, and they have like a ring of SLRs all around, and then they trigger them all at the same time.
I want to do mine with my knob out.
You go for it. It's curtained off for your privacy.
Is it really?
Yeah. Little Gus.
They don't judge.
So I had something annoying happen to me last week.
Go for it.
I got stuck in a fucking elevator.
Did you really?
For 45 minutes, I was stuck in a fucking non-air conditioned elevator.
Alone?
Why don't you tell us the name of the company so that people can go right to the website down?
Yeah, where were you?
In I'm not gonna say.
Please don't.
It's like I took the elevator up to the 3rd floor, got out, had my meeting, came back, got in the elevator to go back down to the 1st floor. As soon as the door closed, the floor level, like the number 3, just started flashing. I was like, oh fuck, and like the elevator wasn't moving. I start hitting the buttons, nothing. I'm holding down the door open, nothing. So I hit the emergency call button, and I never know what to say. Like they pick up, they're like, hello, and I'm like, yeah, I'm stuck in an elevator, you know.
So is that dialed to a different company or is it dialed to someone in the
Yeah,
building?
like
I guess it went to another company.
some emergency hotline.
Right.
Elevator hotline.
And they're like, yeah, there's a picture from it.
Wait, is that what? Did you take that?
Esther took it. She was stuck in the elevator with me. And
People on Twitter have the dumbest arguments. I'll come back to
so they're like, okay, well, we're gonna send someone out, and it's the elevator I'm in is not air conditioned. It's hot as shit. So we're stuck in there for 45 minutes. I'm going crazy. Finally, like 45 minutes later, the elevator repairman shows up, and I can hear him like yelling from the bottom of the shaft. He's like, hey, are you stuck in there? Like, yeah, I'm stuck in the 3rd floor. He's like, okay, I'm going to let you out.
So you had to yell back.
Yeah. So I'm like yelling in the elevator like a lunatic. Then after a few seconds, the elevator starts going down, but not like a normal speed, like a real slow. And it gets down to the 2nd floor and the door's open. Like I walk out and I yell down, okay, we're out. The guy goes, what? I go, elevator came down to the 2nd floor. We're out. He goes, what? And I go, we walked out. He goes, I haven't done anything. And I'm like, and I go, what? And he goes, wait there. And he comes back up through the other elevator and he looks at it. He goes, that's weird. I didn't do anything to this elevator. And he's like standing there. He's like picking at the door. And he's like, oh, I bet this caused it. And I was like, can I just go?
Yeah,
I don't need the explanation for why it's broken.
You're out of the elevator. You're
I'm
fine.
done. Like, let me just go and get in my car.
So it just started moving on its own, and then the doors opened.
Yeah.
Was it moving while you got out, or did it stop?
No, it stopped.
Yeah.
If I were you, I would have yelled at him. I was like, get out of there. It's moving.
Yeah.
We talked about this years ago on one of the first podcasts, but do you think about it when you're
All
in the
the
elevator?
time.
You know what I'm talking about?
All the fucking
There was a
time.
doctor in Houston that was decapitated by a malfunctioning elevator. It was like something like you would write in a bad movie or a cartoon where the doctor was rushing for the elevator, didn't make it, and the elevator door shut on their head and then went up a floor and was it the other way? I know somebody was in the elevator with either a head or a freshly decapitated body, which would be a nightmare. Do you want me to read the Snopes article on it, which is listed as true?
Sure.
Accident itself was hard to imagine. The ill-fated physician was trapped between the doors of the cable-propelled elevator, then decapitated as the carriage ascended. According to the Harris County Medical Examiner's Office, the doctor died from multiple blunt force injuries to the head and body. His corpse was retrieved from the bottom of the elevator shaft, along with 2 pagers, a cell phone, and an electronic organizer. So, yeah, he was, like, trying to get in the elevator. It shut on him and then, like, went up and he...
That's horrendous. So you must have the floor of the elevator just crushed his head off.
Just snipped. What the fuck? Somebody just said I told both these stories on podcast 151. The Jeopardy one and the decapitation one.
No way.
What else did we talk about?
I don't know. I'm going to find out.
Go through the link note. Let's rehash it for more material. The thing I thought you were going to mention was how
Thanks to Amish refugee for
which
playing
podcast
police.
was it?
151.
I wasn't there.
we
weeks
worked with a guy who knew someone who worked on an elevator repair business, and he said the thing you always had to worry about with the elevators was not falling, but going through the ceiling.
Right, because the thing would snap on the other end. Or something.
Right. And
That was our old boss.
right.
Yeah.
And so that's what I always think about now when I'm in an elevator. Is like you don't have to worry about falling; it's going up and hitting the. And that happened in Brazil, somewhere in South America the other day. There's like video footage of the elevator malfunction. Like the guy gets in, the doors close and then reopen, and you just see like all the floors just going by him, and then the elevator hits the ceiling. You just see the guy like, oh,
Does he die?
no, he lived, but he had some serious injuries.
Dude,
So
I
he
saw-
basically just hit the ceiling at 50 miles an hour.
It
Or
didn't
something.
slow
Right.
down.
What would you do? Would you lie on the floor and like do
Yeah,
this?
how do you
If you
brace
have time to
yourself?
think about it, I mean, I don't know.
Well,
Is it
if
like
you're
a-
going up, it would push you to the ground anyway.
Yeah, you would hope you would lie down and that there was enough like
Imagine
range
if it,
of
like,
movement to
squashed
slow
you
you
into the
down.
split. Splits or
Is it like the reverse of when you're falling and you jump at the last second that you like break the fall? How do you reverse that? Do you do?
You
So
drop.
what you do is you
jump
go to
up.
Australia very quickly so that you're upside down.
Jump
and then
upside
your
down.
feet land.
Keep
Are we going to
laughing
show the
about
video?
it.
Oh, I
Of
thought
what?
like we were about to.
Oh, that is.
Oh, is it the dude?
That is.
They're
the
gonna
video.
show a clip while they're getting ready for it. Gavin asked, "What would you do? Would you do this?" Theoretically, you can sit on this couch and think of what you would do. In this situation, all you would do is hit your floor button over and over and over again.
Yeah, which
Like
is
your
what I
brain
think
would
he
shut
does.
I think
down.
that's what he's doing.
Is that what he's doing? He is. Yeah, he's smacking the floor
How
buttons.
do I stop it? Isn't
Well, don't go up, right? Because
Look
you're
at
going
he
to
won't
hit
stop. He won't stop hitting the floor button.
oh.
Yeah, that's. I mean,
Oh.
that's it.
Wow. Yeah.
Oh,
so he
man.
just raced up.
Yeah, and it's creepy how the doors like open back up.
There's no emergency stop button
Whoa.
on that. Maybe that's what he's
I
pushing.
can't believe he didn't get on the ground.
You have no time to
Yeah,
think
he
about it.
doesn't
It
know-
happens
he doesn't
just
know
like in a
what's
couple
happening.
of seconds. I mean, you don't think it's gonna hit the ceiling.
Yeah.
He's mesmerized.
It's not.
too.
It's not a
Man.
scenario you're
It's like
prepared
that.
for.
It is like that too, man.
So I think the way it was described to us by Anthony is that most of those cable-drawn elevators run off of a DC motor, and the DC motors have a tendency to run off. We're probably having this exact same discussion on Podcast 151. They're probably the same train of thought that led us to this thing. And I've seen that. Like, I'm not sure what that phenomenon is where they just, instead of breaking down, they go the other way where it's just like they can't be stopped or slowed down. Who are you texting? Why are you texting in the middle of the podcast?
I'm looking up Lottie Podcast 151.
How are you? I should do the same thing.
There's a ride at Disneyland called Big Thunder Mountain, and somebody got decapitated on that ride. There's a part where you go through this dark tunnel and it's pitch black, so you don't see anything. But it derailed in that tunnel, and like the cart like flew up and decapitated a guy. So they came out and the guy didn't have a head.
Oh my god!
Every time I go on that ride and I'm in that tunnel, I think I hope I make it out with my head.
Do you like shrink down?
Yeah,
in
I'm
your...
like, I don't know what's gonna happen. I kind of like cover my head a little bit, like just in case.
There was once an experiment with dolphins, right?
No, stop it.
Was that
on that one?
Was it? Because that literally, this is weird.
That came back in the news.
That came back in the news because she just did an interview with the BBC, the lady who was giving the dolphin hand jobs.
I only got it tweeted to me like 500 times. Meh. Wave? Okay, we'll wave. She's not going to cut away unless we wave.
I scratched my forehead.
What do you want for Christmas, little boy?
Knobs. 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 Knobs.
That is top.
Knobs. Knobs.